Marvel Rivals, it's very easy to get into, but just because it's easy to get into doesn't mean that it's easy to play, because the characters have so much more depth to them. And I'm here to make this the absolute best Jeff video on YouTube for you guys here today. Let's get straight into it. So the first things first is we have to talk about settings. I believe you have to run hold to dive. You have to also put on hold to wall crawl, because this makes a lot of the stuff that you're going to want to do a lot easier as well. I will highly also recommend advanced vertically upwards. Basically, Joyful Splash has a 150 healing a second. It has insane range, basically 12 healing less than Luna Snow with her current healing boost, except she can miss compared to his radius being extremely forgiving. And when you give him his healing boost, it actually jumps all the way up to 172 per second. Nothing in this game is ever going to beat just one target healing. And he can pierce, which means the entire team can get the healing, not just one target. Aqua Burst. Aqua Burst is going to deal 65 damage if you hit them directly, but if you only hit them with the splash portion of this within 1 meter, it's going to do 40 damage. As you can see, if you get within 3 meters, it's not going to do that, and it's only going to do 20, as you can see. Now let's talk about literally the best ability in this game, your bubble. This is going to give you a 15% healing boost to anyone that actually gets this. Now, the biggest issue that a lot of people don't understand is that this bubble bursts, which means when it bursts, everyone gets this bubble, not just the person who picked it up, which means you can give this to your entire team off of one bubble. And this doesn't just apply a 15% healing boost to everyone, it also gives them a 60% movement boost and an 85 burst heals. Now, if you already have the healing boost on them and then you throw another one out, it's going to apply the healing boost to them. Now they're going to get a 98 burst with the heal boost. You can spam this, so this is almost a 600 instant heal, allowing you to protect your team from sustained ultimates or CC ultimates or slow ultimates like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Groot, Hawkeye, Hela, Iron Fist, Mr. Fantastic, Moon Knight, Namor, Penny, Psylocke, Squirrel Girl, Storm, Venom, Bucky. All of these ultimates are countered if you spam these out. If there's any ultimate that slows someone down, any ultimate that does a lot of burst damage, you can out heal all of that, because this is an instant 600 heal. And again, this is not just to one target, this can be for your entire team that is within the AoE of this healing burst. And this healing burst has a pretty generous AoE. It can boop people with the AoE burst for enemies, so you can actually ledge people with this, a complete tank, if you just position yourself accordingly. And then now you boop them off the edge of the map. It animation cancels your reload halfway for infinite uptime in your healing output. So we're shooting, wait till it gets halfway here in my E, and then immediately our 100 refills on the bottom left. And we cut this animation directly in half. And the great thing about this is that your burst heal actually takes up your downtime for your healing, completely making it to where you can always be applying direct healing to a particular target or to a particular team in ultimate or anything. There's no downtime in your healing. And this also again applies a healing boost. This is extremely good, again giving you a 100% uptime in your ability to heal a particular target for pocketing. This is a portable health pack, which means if you're playing with the Black Widow, you're playing with a support that doesn't really have advanced movement or can't protect themselves. Let's say you have a Black Widow playing this high ground here. You can be like, okay, I'm going to give you 4 of these, and I want for you to use them when you need them. This is going to give you a healing boost, so if any of my healers look at you and shoot you, they're going to apply more heals to you. It's also going to give you a movement boost, helping you to stop yourself from taking a bunch of explosive damage from a diver or whatever it is, without you ever having to focus them. Or you can do this for yourself. You can place these bubbles down like this, and you could just go ahead and go into a battle, Jeff. And then whenever you get low, you go ahead and grab one, and you should always have a bunch of these. They're on a 6-second cooldown. If you were really low HP, this will make it to where you can immediately, again, 85 and then 85. making it to where just you actually popping the health packs, not you always going down into your little hunker mode to give yourself the little healing over time, you can always get yourself back to up life, which means you actually are a tank with this character. Let's say you're Venom or you're Spider-Man, they're diving up here and you're here. You can actually get these to bounce off walls, by the way, like so. You can be like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and shoot these at the wall, and then I'm going to make them pop over here. So now whenever my divers actually need healing while they're diving a particular target, or they get CC'd, they're not just completely dead. Hide and seek. This is whenever you go into the ground and you're here. Now, if you have your settings how we said, you can actually tap this, and you can do this sort of little spam here, right? This allows for you to go down and then immediately cancel out of it, like so. You can actually use this to do some really cool tech that we'll talk about in just a second. So this is very important. This will heal you for 35 a second, and this also increases your movement speed by 60%. So whenever you move like this, your movement speed was increased by 60%. If someone tries to CC you, you are CC immune. You can actually wall cling stationary, allowing for you to be with a Venom, a Spider-Man, a Penny, or a Hulk in the dive. So if you go into your left shift mode and you hit your Aqua Burst, this will immediately take you out of this mode, which means you can be, again, make yourself CC immune and be healing, and then you immediately come out with a splash and you can immediately go back down. So if you know you're going to get the CC character, you can actually animation cancel this. But if you actually fire your Aqua Burst and then jump, you can actually make it to where you get a little bit of a movement boost, like so. This is due to the movement boost that you get coming out of this mode. You pair this with your E, and now you see you just did a big dive. If you're on a wall and then you let go, you can immediately do this little boost jump off the wall, like so. And as you can see, this will send you flying, right? Now you can actually control the direction of this, so this is really good. So let's say, for example, I'm fighting here. I'll do this. And then you also have this last variant here, which is just going to be you shoot this and then you dive down. Or you can just sit here, wall cling, kind of do a little 360, do your little thingamajigger, and then jump out whenever you want. So walls are your best friend. You do this with the healing boost, as you can see. As you can see, that's just very aggressive. But possibly the most important one that we're going to have to show you is going to be your bubble, jump, hide and seek. Animation cancel. As you can see, this is very important to master. The timing for it is not really hard. You just have to kind of figure out the little speed. It's like da-da-da. That's the best tip that I can give you for doing that. Again, bubble, jump, left shift. And the good thing about this is that this leads directly into your movement boost tech. Now let's talk about one of the most underutilized, underperforming sort of ultimates in this game, because people just simply don't know what all it can do. Your ultimate. Your ultimate is the easiest team wipe in this entire game. But a lot of people aren't using this correctly. My personal favorite way to use this is to actually do 150 damage guaranteed on the healers of the enemy team, taking out their sustain. And then I just gotta go ahead and shoot them twice, and then they are dead. This is a free, I'm going to put you into our own arena and you're going to have to deal with Badajeff, who absolutely beats all of the strategists in the game whenever you learn everything about this character, giving you the automatic advantage in the 1v1 scenario whenever you displace him wherever you want to put them at. He is the greatest counter ult to healing ults where people group up. A lot of people are saying Luna's ultimate is too good, this and that about Luna, this and that about Mantis, this and that about Invisible Woman, especially Invisible Woman. Jeff counters all of that. Now, the next thing is that no one does is you can actually heal your team 225 healing a second the moment that you pick them up. This is extremely good for protecting your team from very good aggressive ultimates or sustained ultimates or even CC ultimates, which means, let's say Doctor Strange hits your entire team with that ultimate and you were here and you couldn't be CC'd, well then you can pop your ultimate and then immediately make it to where you swallow all of your team, heal them for any damage that was coming, if let's say a Punisher or whatever it may be, and then protect them completely from any sort of damage. This also just pretty much negates any sort of like direct sort of CC that would have kept your team in a bad position, to where they don't take the CC anymore, they get out of CC, and then you put them back into a spot. So you can use this to counter a lot of CC ultimates that stun people, make it to where they can't move, etc., etc. You can use this ultimate to actually take out people that would stop the ultimate that you want to use from actually working. And another thing is you can use this to make long build-up ultimates, guaranteed team wipes, for example, Scarlet Witch. You can even do it with Iron Man. You kind of get the idea. Anytime you can guarantee where your enemy team is coming out of, you can use it like so. Be like, okay, in 3, 2, 1, you're coming out, and then they all get burst down. Now, even if they don't have an ultimate, anytime you can shoot them into a particular spot, you can even ping where you're going to shoot them at, and then your entire team can be like, okay, the moment that he spits them out, we're all going to burst this area. Even if I don't get my actual enemies with this ultimate, let's say a team fight's happening and you want to get a lot of the enemy team, but you kind of only get one, but you get all of your team. Keep your team, make sure they're all healed. The moment it stops doing that healing sound, then that means all of your teammates are completely healed. If a particular ultimate is coming out that is a burst ultimate, you can be like, okay, I'll swallow all of my team, and then I'll be the one to sacrifice myself for the burst damage that would have killed everybody, and then only I die. Which is a very good way to use this ultimate as well to, again, protect your team. So people say he doesn't have a defensive ultimate, making his ultimate useless. Well, it's an offensive ultimate and it is a defensive ultimate. So any fight that you're about to lose, you now can win with the Jeff ultimate. Let's say, for example, you know for a fact you want to ledge the entire team. You can be like, okay, we'll set up one right here and one right here. Like, all right, boom. Grab one, grab another one, the whole team shooting at me. We're here. And you can kill them. If you throw them down, this will actually bring them directly where they need to go. It'll still shoot them out at a forward trajectory, but this allows for you to not have to worry about killing yourself with your ultimate if you're trying to ledge people. Now, his passive is really unique because this actually makes him a very good counter character, or a great character at surviving a Bucky, a Hela, a Widow, or a Hawkeye, because he actually gets 50% critical hit damage reduction, which is insanely strong because, again, you have your own portable health packs. Let's go ahead and get into Groot. Groot is one of your team ups. This allows for you to ride on him and then make it to where you get a damage reduction of, I believe, 35%. This is cool. This allows for you to give him a movement boost to where you heal both of yourselves, so you're very good at keeping yourselves alive. This also allows for you to do the same burst damage with them and also heal him. So you can do this, again, keeping him alive extremely easily. On top of this, Groot has the ability to place up walls. Him placing up walls allows for him to basically get damage mitigation. Think of your walls as extra life for your character. You can also use Groot like a personal teleporter. If you're trying to sit there and be like, okay, I just want to use you to teleport and then get myself out of there. My favorite is going to be the Luna Snow team up. In my dive comp, I put Luna Snow and Jeff. A lot of people didn't understand it, but now they're learning why. Now, after they seen the Luna video and now they're seeing the Jeff video, you're learning why these two characters are cracked. Whenever Jeff procs this X, this allows for him to automatically reload. And then now his splash radius is increased, and there's no damage fall off for his splash radius, which means anyone within 5 meters of that splash takes 40 damage. And if you hit direct, they take even more. So as you can see, very aggressive. And the slow gets reset every single time. Jeff is a character where everyone's playstyle with him is extremely wrong. One of the most beautiful things about Jeff is that you can actually heal people through your enemy targets, which is really good for, again, group heals. But the way I like to use this is with a crossfire sort of healer. I do not play backline when I'm playing Jeff. That's the worst way to play the character. Because you have the best survivability in the game, you literally have 6 health packs and it's on a 6-second cooldown before you can give yourself another one, and you can't ever get CC'd. This makes you, again, one of the most survivable characters. You're also moving faster than everyone else, and you can climb walls and you can, stall, all that kind of good stuff. This makes it to where crossfiring with this character and being an off line of sight sort of character really effective. If you are playing Jeff like this is the worst way to play this character. This just doesn't work. Jeff wants to hit all of his direct damage. It's harder to be, consistent with your direct damage if you're playing like this. What you would want to do is you'd want to go ahead and go over here. Always play the high ground. This is a second play style issue that I'm seeing with a lot of people. If you can control the high ground, you stop divers. And this also allows for you to play my actual playstyle with Jeff, which is Battle Jeff. Jeff is a duelist in all reality, because he is allowed to dive the healers or the backline DPS, because none of them want smoke with the Jeff, especially the ones that hold these high line of sights where booping them off of the higher ground is extremely easy, and now they have to wait for another 15 seconds for their cooldown ability or whatever it may be to get back into that same positioning. You can use this to take people out of good positioning. You can use this to boot people off the ledge. You can also use this to simply just displace them while you go back into your movement mode. You can actually speed up your fall by you actually doing your left shift dive, changing your movement speed just a little bit, right? As you can see, kind of cool. So for example, let's say I want to get here, do like this, bing, displace them, get a bunch of bursts. I need to get out of the CC, displace them, cool. Do a little jump tech, bing, bing, bing. That's how I play Jeff. This allows for you to make some of the most explosive dive characters in this game now not only be able to have a slowing effect to make their combos much easier to hit, or if you pair this with the Venom, they're now getting slowed by 30% of their movement speed if he puts the tether on them, making it to where they can't escape Jeff with the Hulk, because Jeff can give Hulk a speed boost, he can give him more life, he basically gives him the same sort of feeling. It allows for Jeff to have the same bubble with Hulk, and they both move extremely fast. I saved the best tip for last, which is going to be the most important piece of tech that you are going to need to know in order to play Jeff. Just let your spam on him. This looks like you're humping. This is very toxic. That's one of the best things for you. Also, you can do your W spam. This is like a little twerk. Shake, 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 shake something, girl. And then you can also do left, right. It's another one I like to use. So that's the most important thing that you guys need to take away from this video. Remember, W, W, little feet walk. Put the stanky lid behind them, let the feet walk. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, bro. It's your boy Zooko, man. Subscribe to your boy. Better like on this video. I need to see some good comments on this because your boy been going through it. But anyways, man, it's your boy Zooko. We are out of here. Peace.